So you're all ready for your Disney trip, huh? Did you forget anything? I know there was something. No, for this trip, we left the kids at home on purpose.
It was awesome! Now you video it.
Hey everybody, this is your guy Chad with DVC Life, and today we're going to be visiting the Artist's Palette, which is right across the pond from the Disney Springs shopping area at Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. So one thing you might want to be looking for right away is anything going on during the holidays, or is that seasonal, like this adorable Baby Yoda Easter basket, which comes with everything you see there, or you can have it packed with anything in the store, or you even can bring your own stuff, like we did. And the cast member made it look beautiful, and I think the whole thing maybe cost us about $13, but don't tell the kids. Some of the other things you're going to see right in the very front of the store are the Disney dated merchandise, and this is great for a graduate. There's a really cool tote bag, there's a little zip up there, and hey, it's 2021. Let's celebrate this. But you'll also find special occasion merchandise like the Disney Make-A-Wish line, which is really beautiful, and we love those spirit jerseys. But in terms of the dated stuff, you'll probably find it at the Disney warehouse in a few more months. Oh no, speaking of Disney dated, it's the Magical Express. You're the kind of person who can never have too many coffee mugs in the cupboard? The Artist's Palette has it covered. In fact, this kind of looks like our cupboard at home. Who shot this? No matter, but I suspect you're a lot like us in the sense that when you're not at Disney, you love to be thinking about Disney. And in terms of having housewares and plates and sponges, that's a great way to always keep Disney at home. Those plates, by the way, are really cute, but they are not microwave safe, which we did find curious. But one of the things that is safe to cook with are these really fun silicone Mickey-shaped cake forms, which will be a great hit with the family. Hey, and did you know that Disney does movies too? Well, you're also going to find a lot of that Disney movie merchandise, including the new movie Raya and the Last Dragon, at the Artist's Palette, including all of the other Disney classics. So here's some merchandise that you're only going to find in the resort store, and you won't find it online, and that is the resort-specific merchandise. And Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa is based on the Saratoga racetrack in New York, and so you're going to find the merchandise based around that theme. Everything from the magnets to the toothpick holders, which we call a 2-ounce shot glass where I'm from, as well as all of your refrigerator magnets, which you can really never have too many of. But in terms of the pricing, the shirts are really quite reasonable. I mean, 2 for $22 is a great deal. You're going to see that on a lot of the t-shirts, which at Disney is a great price. If you're DVC members like we are, one of the places we love to visit at the DVC resort stores are the DVC member merchandise area. And here at the Saratoga Springs Artist's Palette, they have a pretty decent selection here. You're not going to really find a lot of children's sizes in terms of the clothing, but you're still going to get that 2 for $22 on a lot of the stuff, and you never know what they're going to find, so it's always someplace fun to visit. And if you just finished taking a DVC tour or finished closing on your new DVC contract, the preview center is right next door. So after you finish all that paperwork, you can come right here and pick out some merchandise as a freshly minted DVC member. And one of the areas that you're going to find yourself visiting, no matter how well you packed, is the drugstore area. If that's what this is called, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that they have some moleskin bandages, which are really handy when those blisters start to pop up when you're walking so much in the park, as well as the pain medication and the other things that you might need that you didn't pack. And speaking of medications, did I mention that we left the kids at home? Well, at the Artist's Palette, they have a pretty nice wine selection. Pricing is not too bad, $9 to $25, and they have a really neat Once Upon a Vine Big Bad Red, which is a blended red. It's sort of on the dry side, and it's a really nice wine. If you didn't bring your own, you will find a great selection here. And if you're looking for some white wine, they have a pretty good selection here as well. You're going to find that Once Upon a Vine again. It has a really nice dry white Sauvignon Blanc. But if you're looking for something sweeter, the Côte de Rosé is really nice, very tasty. But let's say you're more into hops and barley. Well, they got you covered here too. They got that Schöfferhofer grapefruit beer that you're going to find over at the Germany Pavilion. They got some Reef Monkey, which is a really high gravity beer, as well as some of your, wines and other mixers. It's a little bit pricier than what you're going to find at the store. Most of these cans are at about $8, including the domestics. One of the areas that you're definitely going to be visiting at the Artist Palette is the refrigerated cooler section. Because the villas have at least a microwave if they're a studio, or a full kitchen if it's a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, you're going to be able to save a lot of money by purchasing some food items here at the store, preparing them in your villa as opposed to purchasing them in the park. The pricing here isn't bad. It's similar to what you might see in a grocery store, particularly if you use your DVC or annual pass discount, which you get when you purchase these food items. Another thing I'd like to point out is that if you have folks in your party that have dietary restrictions, like for instance gluten-free, you're going to find a pretty good selection here too, including these Haagen-Dazs ice creams, the Minute Maid frozen lemonades, as well as the Mickey bars, which are a hit with our kids every single time. And what would the refrigerated section be without the dairy section? This is actually an area that we visit quite a bit. You're going to find everything that you're going to find at your normal grocery store dairy section, but we cook breakfast every morning before going to the park. We get home late, we're always tired at night, but in the morning, we always want to start our day with a breakfast. And so, we get some of this ham, we have some of the eggs, and of course those hash browns that you saw earlier. Those are always the way that we start our day before going to the park. And when you get home, make sure there's a treat waiting for you. Grocery items that are definitely on the pricier side would be your bottled water, soda, and soft drinks. You're much better off if you get one of those refillable mugs. I know it's a little bit expensive on the front end, but if soda and soft drinks are your thing, you're going to pay a lot less over your stay. And the Artist Palette has a quick serve in it, which we're going to be covering in another video. But as you saw there, they have quite a selection of baked goods that they will make gluten-free. So, again, if you have somebody in your party that has dietary restrictions like that, make sure to ask, because you can find it here. It's really quite remarkable. And as far as anything else that you need in your pantry, here it is. So that's a little bit about what's in the store at the Artist Palette at Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. It's not the biggest store you're going to find at a Disney resort, but the fact that it has the quick serve right next to it there does make it really convenient. And if you didn't leave Kevin home alone, but you did forget something else, they got you covered here. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and hit that bell. I've been Chad for DVC Life, and I will see you again real soon.